Well, hello and welcome to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC, and I am Cedrick LaFleur, your host. I am so excited to be here with you today. It's been a while since we've been together, and let me tell you what, folks, today I have some good stuff to share with you. Today, Monday, August 16th, I've been in my office all day just grinding, and I'm excited to be here with you today. So hopefully you can tune in with us for the whole hour. I am going to try something a little bit different as well. At some point, I'm going to dial a couple of people on the phone and see if we can get them on the air. So it's going to be something a little bit new and different that we're going to try. But in the meantime, before I start doing that, I'm going to share my screen with you because I have some things that I want to share with you today. I want to share with you this around this concept of are you letting time wasters steal your happiness? Right? I see a lot of entrepreneurs wasting time, energy, and effort. They spend a lot of time in their business being busy, but they're not spending a lot of time in their business being productive. And there's a big difference. And I want to make sure that we talk about that tonight. A lot of this happens because they don't have a system or process for operation in their business. And if you're one of those people, I want to help you today. If you're one of those people that spend a lot of time in your business, but not being busy, but not being productive, this session today is going to be for you. The big question I have is, the question I have for you is, are you letting time wasters steal your happiness away? Steal your happiness away in your business, in your personal life, in relationships, in any situation, right? I'm going to help you understand what these time wasters are and how to eliminate these time wasters. See, happiness in your life and in relationships, and more importantly, in your business, can be there for you if you do the right thing. So I'm going to share my screen with you here. So give me a second. And I want to make sure that I show you how to eliminate some of these things in your life and in your business, right? So let me just click here. Let's go. Are these time wasters that I'm going to share with you today stealing your happiness? Are they taking that joy out of your business for you? And we're going to talk about it. We're going to dive right into it today. I'm excited to share these with you, right? How much time do you waste each week? Have you ever counted up those hours? I want you to think about that for a second. I'm going to give you a few minutes to just think about how many hours, and I'm going to share with you what I calculated in my business of how many hours I'm losing every week with time wasters, right? I'm going to pull up Facebook as well because I want to make sure that we are we're tracking and I can also comment, see comments that's coming through. So the question I have is how much time do you waste in a week? Now, what I did is I calculated for myself so I could see how many hours I'm wasting in a week. And I want to make sure that you see that I'm not just telling you something and I'm not paying attention to it myself. Now, what I've calculated is that I calculated that I waste about 1.5 hours per day doing stuff that's considered time wasters. Right. The first thing is now I only work 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. Okay. Now that's about, if I calculate 1.5 hours a day, that's about 4 hours per week. All right. Now, if I take that and extrapolate that, that's about 24 hours in a month. That's about 288 hours every year. Now, when you calculate the number of total hours, it's about 3% of my time that I'm wasting, whether it's on a weekly basis, a monthly basis, or annual basis. It's about 3% of my time. Now, it may seem not like, it may not seem like a lot, but it really is. I can be more efficient, more effective in my business if I eliminate this, right? But I want you to calculate yours, right? Just type in the comments, what do you think how much time do you think you're wasting every week? See, it can be eye-opening when you start looking at it. It can be an interesting exercise for you to figure out how many hours you spend on optional, non-value added activities. Now, it's something you got to be really thinking about it now. Just like I calculated mine, and I said that I'm wasting about an hour and a half every day. That's a lot. 6 hours in a week, since I only work 4 days a week, and 24 hours in a month, 288 hours in a year, wasting time. I want you to calculate that, right? Now, that could be stunning when you pay attention to it. It could be very stunning. It can surprise you, rather, about the total of hours that you waste. Now, I want you to really pay attention to this, and I want you to calculate this, right? Unfortunately, see, most of us likely waste at least a few hours every day. I said mine was 1.5 hours a day. Yours could be 2 hours, 3 hours. I know that there's some people that's wasting about 5 hours every day doing non-value add things. Now, the good thing is, folks, I can help you with this. The good thing is there is help on the horizon, right? And this is what I want to talk about. Don't worry about, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just going to help you with understanding how you can eliminate these time wasters, all right? Imagine if you could eliminate these things. Imagine what that would do to your productivity. Imagine what that would do to your effectiveness in your business, right? You would probably gain a lot in your business if you eliminated some of these time wasters, right? And that's really what I want to help you with. Okay. So now, when we look at the very first thing we're going to look at is social media. Let me get social media. That's normally a big time waster for us, right? Think about all the hours you spend on social media, checking out your timeline, posting or different posts, and looking at pictures, looking at videos. Those things can cost you more time than you plan, right? You normally go on there and you think, well, I'm only going to be on here for a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden, 30 minutes later, an hour later, 45 minutes later, even if you say it's 15 minutes later, 15 minutes compared to you said you're only going to spend 1 or 2 minutes. You see, and that time adds up. Now, if you just take a minute to check the latest things on social media, can turn into 2 hours, because you're not only checking Facebook, then you got to go check Twitter, then you got to go check LinkedIn and Instagram and TikTok and all of these other things that you might look at, a couple of YouTube videos, right? It happens. Because more often than not, you're likely going to find that all the things you do on social media are distracting from your happiness. And when I say your happiness, I mean your happiness in your business rather than adding to shape or form on social media a lot. I'm not saying don't get on social media. I'm saying being very targeted and specific when you're on social media, right? If you're going on there to post something for your business, right, or give some type of update or some type of registration link or some type of marketing promotion, you need to do that, right? Now, you can save time by having automated systems take care of that for you, okay? You just need to make sure that you have a plan for when you're going to spend your time on social media, like schedule it. The next thing is multitasking. Now, multitasking is one of those things that a lot of people think that they can do, but the research is very clear that multitasking is a waste of time. Multitasking is a myth. See, the human brain cannot perform 2 tasks that require high-level brain function at once. It just can't do it. No matter how good you think you are at it, you can't do it, right? I know that I can tell if I'm in a meeting with someone and they're trying to multitask. They're trying to listen to me and they're trying to do something else. I've walked out of meetings. I've stopped meetings because people were so-called multitasking. I said, when you're ready to meet with me, then we can meet, right? Multitasking is not something that we can do. Low-level functions like breathing and pumping of your blood aren't considered multitasking. So the body can actually do those things, okay? It's inefficient, right? It rapidly decreases your performance and your focus. So let's all agree, multitasking is not something that we can do well. It's something that we need to try to eliminate from our from what we do every day, what we think we're doing, because we're really not really being effective with it, right? Just do one thing, then move on to the next one. If you're efficient in it, then it's not going to take you all day, right? Do one thing, and then move on to something else. That's how you can eliminate that time waster. All right. The next time waster is this one is a big one. Saying yes too often. That hurts more business owners than you can imagine, right? See, most business owners say that, hey, I want to help someone else. I want to give back. I want to do this. I want to do that, and all this type of stuff. So I say yes to all of these things. However, what you do is you find yourself saying yes to a whole bunch of things, and you're not in your business, right? I'll give you an example. I paid attention to this once, and I realized that I was taking phone calls from people. Just, hey, give me a call. They say, you're available? Yeah, give me a call. Hey, they send me an email. Are you? Yeah, give me a call. So I was finding that I was spending more time in everybody else's business and not in my own. So what did I have to do? I didn't stop helping people. I just changed the way I was doing it. Sometimes I had to say, no, my calendar's not available. Sometimes I had to, what I did rather is to get a calendar app that now allows me to schedule. So I'll just send people my calendar link when they want time on my calendar. It makes me more efficient and effective in my business. You see, so if my schedule is open, then they can schedule something. Otherwise, I don't take those random calls as much anymore. Now I can be more effective in my business. And let me tell you what, if you do it, I guarantee you're going to be more effective and efficient in your business as well. See, we spend our time on too many things that don't actually matter much. It doesn't really help us, and it doesn't really help our business. So sometimes we have to eliminate those distractions. Know your priorities. I should have put your in capitalized, right? Know your priorities and be quick to reject those things that get in the way of those priorities. It is okay to say no to someone. I just want you to look, practice saying no. Practice it. Just say no. It's going to be a relief for you. It's going to be this relief valve for you. I guarantee you, you're going to benefit. Your business is going to benefit from you saying no. So that's normally something hard for people to do, right? If it is, what I want you to do is practice it. Just saying no. Just sit in your mirror and practice saying no. No. If it's hard to say no, then what you need to do is say, hey, I would love to, but I have some other priorities in my business right now that I need to take care of. When I'm done with that, then I can help you. Right? That way you're saying no, but you're also thinking about your business. So if you have a hard time saying no, I want you to practice that. Just practice it. No, not right now. I have other priorities in my business that I'm taking care of, so I can't focus on this right now. I can't help you right now. We can schedule it for later. Practice saying no and know that it is okay to say no sometimes. All right? Let's keep going. Number 4 is procrastination. And let me tell you what, folks, procrastination is the friend of failure. I'm going to say it again because I need to make sure you get it and you understand it. Procrastination is the friend of failure. Victor Kiam said this. He says, procrastination is opportunity's assassin. I love that. Procrastination is opportunity's assassin. You see, procrastination is the epitome of wasting time. Procrastination is the epitome of wasting time. You need to understand that. You need to know that. You got to get rid of procrastination in your business. It is the friend of failure. See, fear in the form of perfectionism, it needs to be perfect before I can do it. And procrastination, it will be horrible to do, so I'm going to put it off. Both of those things can rob us of our passion. They can rob you of success in your business. They can rob you of doing the things that you need to do, taking your business to the next level. Fear in the form of perfectionism and procrastination. And as it says on the screen, procrastination is the epitome of time wasted. See, the most successful people tend to procrastinate the least. And the reverse is also true. You see, go ask any successful person. Let me take this up a level. Go ask any ultra successful person, because people will say, well, success means something totally different to everybody. Yes, I get that, understand that, but I'm talking, let's talk ultra successful person. They tend to procrastinate the least. They don't put things off. They don't worry about it being perfect. They just go out and do it. I know a lot of you business owners, entrepreneurs are waiting for the thing to be perfect, just right. All the T's are crossed, all the I's are dotted. Everything is in bold and color coded, and you're waiting for it to be perfect. And let me tell you what, folks, it's never going to be perfect. You don't need perfection. You need action. You need it out there so people can see it, can use it, can take part in it. And your business can grow and thrive, and you learn. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be available to your customer. I need you to make sure that you understand that. I need to make sure that you get it. It does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be available to your client. It just needs to be available. Perfection is the real time killer. And a lot of you are holding on to things, trying to make things perfect and procrastinating, delaying starting for the fear of failure. And let me tell you what, the failure is that you didn't start. But when you decide to let procrastination go and put that away, put it to the side, put perfectionism to the side, man, all of a sudden you start getting customers. People start saying, I need what you have. I want what you have. I'll give you an example. This presentation that I'm doing for you today, I put it together today. I just finished it. I started working on it this morning and just finished it a few minutes before we went on air today. Doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be what your client needs. It just has to be ready. Ready doesn't mean perfect. Ready means it's ready to go. Somebody's going to get something from this, and somebody's going to be able to use it. Somebody's going to be able to utilize this information today. So now let me try this. I said I was going to try something new and different today, and then we're going to keep going. Before I do that, I want to give you the 4 power strategies to overcome procrastination. The very first one is, and you probably need to write this down. The very first one is this: break the task down. Take it to a smaller task. Don't leave that task so big and huge that it's going to cause you that fear to creep in. Break it down to something smaller that you can use. The second of the 4 power strategies to overcome procrastination is apply pressure to yourself. See, set an artificial deadline. Imagine you are leaving for a long holiday tomorrow, so I have to get this done. This is critical. It's a critical task that needs to be done today. Boom, you put an artificial timeline on yourself. It always works for me. Number 3 of the 4 power strategies to eliminate procrastination: maximize your power and your energy. See, if you're feeling tired and sluggish, pushing yourself farther is like trying to walk through the sludge. You got to push yourself, right? Number 4, use your pain and pleasure. Now you may say, well, what does that mean? Use your pain and pleasure. You know, in the book, Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins said, he says, this simple, powerful rule is going to help you. He says, he said, we take action to avoid pain and to increase pleasure. I like that. We take action to avoid pain and to increase pleasure. I'm going to say it again because I want to make sure that you get it. It's in the book, Awaken the Giant Within. We take action to avoid pain and to increase pleasure. That's what I need you to do. So let me give you these 4 strategies right quick, and then we're gonna make a phone call right here. 4 power strategies to overcome procrastination. Number 1, break the task down into smaller chunks. Number 2, apply pressure on yourself. Number 3, maximize your power and your energy. And number 4, use your pain and your pleasure. We take action to avoid pain and to increase pleasure. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Hello, Laura. I see you out there. Thanks for tuning in. Okay. So now we are going to make a phone call right quick. And I'm going to see if I can reach this person. I'm going to call Edward Gardner. I'm going to see if he's available. And we're going to chat with him just a little bit. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen here as soon as I'm going to see if he picks up. If not, we're going to go to another person.
Your call has been
forwarded. I'm going to leave him a message.
Message system 973220511 is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Coach Garden, this is Cedrick LaFleur. We are live on Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and we're reaching out to you. We're talking about time wasters that are stealing your happiness. And we decided to call you live while we were on Talk Leadership with Cedrick, and we wanted to see if we could catch you, but we missed you. We'll catch you next time. Have a good one. All right, we're going to try one more person and see if we can catch them. Let's see what will happen. See, we're doing this live, so we don't know if we're going to catch someone or not, but we're just going to try. Look like we're going to get voicemail for someone else. That's all right. We're going to keep trying. We'll get somebody.
Please leave your message for 52022065503.
Kenrick Lynn, this is Cedrick LaFleur. We're live on Talk Leadership with Cedrick. We're calling you. We're talking tonight about time wasters stealing your happiness. So we decided we're going to just dial you and see if we could catch you and talk with you a little bit while we're online. But we missed you. We'll catch you next time. Hopefully you're having a great day. All right, folks. Well, you know, we're gonna keep dialing. We're gonna try someone else. We're gonna see if we can catch somebody. Let's see here. One more, and then we're going to get running again. We'll see if he's available. We may get voicemail again.
Cedrick, are you there?
I am here, Coach Jeff Wheeler. How are you doing?
Man, I just got off the phone with another superintendent trying to get his bio for the recording tomorrow night, and then so I can create this link for you for StreamYard for Wednesday night.
Okay, well, that is awesome, brother. Well, I have you live on Talk to Leadership with Cedrick. We are talking tonight about time wasters stealing your happiness, and we are just dialing a few coaches to see if we can chat with you a little bit while we're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and all this type stuff. So give us a few minutes to chat with you for a second, all right?
Absolutely.
All right. So as I said, we're talking about time wasters stealing your happiness. And the question I had for the audience tonight, Jeff, was what are things you do to eliminate time wasters?
That's a phenomenal question, Cedrick, because we do have those. We can be slightly distracted. But when I sit down at my computer, I have to be very, very intentional about what I'm working on, because I don't open up too many browsers at one time, because they can be distractors and they become time wasters. Give an example. People always talk about Facebook and social media, and then you focus on working on a program for a particular school. I did a school today in Burleson ISD, and I can sit down, and if I open up multiple browsers at the same time, they become distractors, and I find myself chasing something on YouTube, or looking at something on social media, or but Facebook, and liking, or making comments, and I realize that is not my part. That's not why I sit down here. So my response to folks that are doing that, and I've heard it many, many times before, but I do know it becomes a distractor and it becomes a time waster, because that's not what you intentionally sit down to do. So I tell folks, encourage you, when you sit down to do something on your computer, because that's where we spend most of our time now, those in the virtual world, and we spend a lot of time doing building programs on the computer, make sure you limit those browsers, because those multiple browsers become distractors, even if you open up multiple programs. But sometimes I sit down, Cedrick, I say, well, let me just get everything open up right now and get it over with. And guess what you find yourself doing? All of a sudden you open up this, you open up that, and let me go look at this right now. Let me just take care of this right now. And that is not the priority. You got to work on the big rocks. If you're familiar with the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Stephen Covey talk about those big rocks. Work on those big rocks, and you find out that those little rocks will take care of themselves. Then you have room for those little rocks. You find yourself having more room, more time for those little rocks if you just take care of those big rocks and keep those and work on those big rocks. And that's kind of the nuts and bolts of how I look at those time wasters, and making sure that you're not so busy on things that are not significant. It's not focused on that goal. What is your goal today? What is your goal right now? Do not allow those small little rocks to start consuming your time that distracts from those big rocks.
Well, you're absolutely right, Jeff. And in fact, I talked about my number one was social media and the distractions that it can do. And the number 2 was multitasking. And you hit on both of those. You didn't even know that I was going to call you about this, but you hit on both of those. So I totally appreciate you hitting on those. I'm glad you picked up on our call and you graced our audience with even more jewels around time wasters stealing our happiness in our business.
Well, I'm so glad I was able to add value to the audience. And that's what we're here for. And my motto is serving and adding value to people. People are my business. And I thank you for allowing me and calling me and allowing me to share with your audience. So I just feel honored.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you taking the call. We're going to get back to the show. I'm going to get back and dive in. We're going to go back to these last 5 time wasters that's stealing our happiness, and we're gonna bless the audience. And then, brother, I'm looking forward to being on your show Wednesday night. So make sure, guys, you tune in to Win with Willie. Win with Willie on Wednesday night. We're going to be on and we're going to have us a good time. So, hey, Jeff, you have a good rest of your evening, and I'm going to get back to this to my audience.
All right, then. Thanks, Cedrick. Take care, brother.
All right. Thanks now. Bye-bye. Awesome, folks. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? See, I told you earlier, think about ultra successful people. The young man I was talking to, Dr. Jeff Willie, is an ultra successful guy. He didn't even know I was going to call him. I put this presentation together today. He didn't know anything about it. And the top two things I talked about is what he mentioned, folks. So let me tell you what. If you want to be ultra successful, you got to hang around with ultra successful people. And that's why I'm here today, to help you understand how to eliminate time wasters in your business, help you better understand why this stuff needs to be taken care of. So let me get back to the presentation. I see you out there, Alan Branch. You say good stuff, totally agree, and have experience, good and bad, of this topic. So I appreciate you tuning in, Coach Branch. All right, let me share my screen and we're going to get right back into it. All right, number 5 of these time wasters that's stealing your happiness are smartphones. Now, everybody has a smartphone. I know you don't want to go back to your flip phone. I know you don't want to go back to your rotary dial phone. I know you don't want to go back to the two cans and the string. I get it. We need everything right now. But let me tell you what, folks, smartphones, they are wonderful. I have one, but they can be distractions. See, nowadays you can run an entire business from your smartphone. You can watch a movie, you can make a movie, you can play a game, and you can translate Russian into Cantonese right on your smartphone. In fact, tomorrow night on Tuesday night at 6:30, at 7:30, Eastern time, 6:30 Central time, we are going to be talking about how you can make a movie right on your smartphone device. So tune in to the Black Entrepreneurs Institute on the Empower Living Network, and we're going to have the owner of a television network. We're going to have her on, and we're going to be talking about. She's going to explain to you how you can make a movie right on your smartphone. But right now we're talking about these distractions, right? Things that can cause you to not be efficient in your business. So while smartphones are incredibly capable, most of the time spent on these devices isn't productive and isn't adding value to your life or into your business. See, I had to delete on my phone. I had to delete some games that was taking up time that I could have been using to be productive in my business, right? Those games just like they suck you in. You know what I'm saying, right? They just, you get to playing and you think I'm gonna play for a little bit, and then all of a sudden that Candy Crush, you know what happens is it sucks you in, and all of a sudden you're playing and it's 30 minutes later, it's an hour later, it's 2 hours later, you're trying to figure out how you're gonna get more lives. Then you understand what I'm saying. I don't even have to go any farther. But I had to eliminate those games off of my phone because it wasn't productive time. It wasn't adding value into my business. Now let's go to number 6. This one right here, folks, is a big one. Clutter. Now, let me explain something about clutter. See, clutter creates frustration. It makes it hard to find things, and it is an obstacle to your ability to focus. I'm going to say that again because I need to make sure that you get it, you understand it. Clutter creates frustration. It makes it hard to find things, and it is an obstacle to your ability to focus. Clutter is annoying, and it's a time waster. See, clutter can be in the form of your computer files, right? See, when people that I coach see my computer, my filing system, that they're astonished. They're like, "Oh my Lord, wow, that's amazing." You see, I have an organized system for filing, and when they look at it, they're just like, "Holy moly, I know you told me that your system was organized, but now that I see it, I am nowhere near where you are." But let me tell you something, folks. If you want to stay on track, if you want to be efficient and effective in your business, you will create an organized filing system in your business. See, if a person who files who has all their files all over the place and doesn't have a filing system, I guarantee you they won't be efficient, they won't be effective, and they're going to be wasting a whole lot of time in their business. That's just the way it is, right? And now I'm not making any personal judgments against you or on you. I'm just telling you that if you don't have an organized filing system, you're not going to be as effective and productive in your business, and you really need to be. That's just the way it is. You really need to be. Okay, so let's think about this. Let's talk about this for a second. Think about this. Think about it this way. What if the airline that you fly on all the time had a bad filing system? What if Amazon that you shop on all the time had a bad filing system in processing your orders? What if your pharmacy didn't have a good filing system and they just kept meds all over the place and they just mixed them all up? Think about it. Your utility company, any company that you use on a regular basis, what if they didn't have a good filing system? What kind of customer service and support would they be able to provide you? So it's the same thing in your business. You need to have a good filing system so that you can support and service your customers. You see? If you don't have it today, it's okay. I just want you to know that you have time and you need to go get it right. I need you to make sure that you go and clean up your filing system today if you want to be effective in your business. Hey, Laura, Oz, I see you guys. I see Anthony Lilly out here watching. Carl Mayo, I appreciate you guys watching. Robert Mack, Terry Mack, I appreciate you guys tuning in tonight to Talk Leadership with Cedrick. You know, everybody needs a little TLC. I am Cedrick LaFleur, your host. I'm so excited that you guys are tuned in tonight. And my good friend Laura, you are always tuned in. So I really appreciate you for tuning in and getting other people to tune in to the show. Tonight, we're talking about time wasters that's stealing your happiness. That's stealing your happiness. Could be in your life, could be in your business, could be in relationships. Where are you wasting time? Where can you be more efficient, more effective? Think about that. Right? Now, let's keep going. Number 7. This one is one that I touched on a little bit earlier. It really impacts people. Perfectionism, right? This is where perfectionism results in spending more time on something than is necessary. You're waiting for it to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, I said it doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be available. It needs to be ready and put out there for your customers to use it and for you to provide a service to a client. It doesn't have to be perfect, folks. It just needs to be available. Do a task only as well as it needs to be done. You see, I like that statement. I probably should have put that in bold and in red letters so that you get it, you understand it, right? Do a task only as well as it needs to be done. You see, here's why. Because if you're working on this to be perfect, the minute you put it out there, somebody's going to find fault with what you put together. So you put it together as well as it needs to be done, and then you'll have some learning lessons. Versus I'm waiting, I'm going to correct it, I'm going to edit it, I'm waiting, I'm going to look at it again, I'm going to edit it again, I'm waiting, I'm going to send it to somebody to get some feedback, I'm waiting, and you're waiting. Don't be Elijah Gray, folks. You see, in 1875, when Elijah Gray had this idea of transmitting voice and words over telegraph wire, he and Alexander Graham Bell got into this battle. Who was going to do it first? Ultimately, Alexander Graham Bell put it out there first. So everybody knows who Alexander Graham Bell is. But not many people know who Elijah Gray is. So do you want to be Alexander Graham Bell, or do you want to be Elijah Gray? It's your choice. But I'm telling you, do a task only as well as it needs to be done. You're just dusting a shelf in your house, in your home office, not preparing an operating room for heart transplant surgery. You see, do you get the point? It doesn't have to be a sterile environment in order for you to make good things happen. Number 8, the lack of a plan. Right here, folks, is a killer of a lot of businesses. People don't have a plan. They just jump, and they don't think through a process. Now, I'm not talking about spending hours and hours and hours and hours and weeks and years and months and all this type of stuff procrastinating. We just talked about that. But you do have to have a plan. You do have to think through your plan. Okay? Those that lack a plan really are planning to fail. See, a plan is a thought out course of action that gives us a better chance to successfully do what we want to do or what we need to do. It's a thought out course of action. It's a thought out course of action. If you want to be successful, you have to have a plan. A person that doesn't know where they're headed will surely never get there. You have to have a plan. You can't be like a teenager driving for the first time and they just driving around town just so somebody can see them drive. That's the goal for that, but that's not the goal for your business. You have to have a plan, know where it is you want to go. Where do you want to take your customer? What customers you want to take and why you want to take them there. This is why you have to have what I say systems and processes in place, folks. Let me tell you what. All your major organizations, all your winning organizations have a system, a plan, and a process in place for what it is they want to do and what they want to accomplish. No pharmaceutical company is just flying by the seat of their pants, just winging it, right? No healthcare organization is just flying by the seat of their pants and just winging it, right? No major organization is just flying by the seat of their pants and just winging it. So why should you? You need to have systems and processes in place. If you think about the military, the reason they send people to basic training is so that they can understand to follow a system and a process. And then when they get out of basic training, they're going to go to tech school. And in the tech school, they're going to teach them the system and the process so that if it's person A that's fixing this plane, they can fix. They know what the process is to fix it. They could take person A out and put person B. They can follow the exact same process to fix the plane, so it's reproducible. You look at a restaurant, right? There's an order to making the hamburger in McDonald's. There's an order to making the fries in a restaurant. There's an order to everything that they do so that it's reproducible, so you get high quality. You can tell when an organization doesn't have a system or process in place, when people are not following that system and process. Because the quality today may be good, but tomorrow you go there and the quality is not good. You can tell in any organization when they have a system or a process and people are following that. In your business, people can tell if you have a system or a process in place in your business. And when you don't, you're not going to be as effective, and people can see that. Developing a plan on the fly is rarely a wise choice if there's time to prepare. It's rarely a wise choice if you have time to prepare. And you have to make time to prepare. You have time, you just eliminate these time wasters, and it's going to give you all the time that you need. Number 9, TV. It's another big time waster. It only takes a single night of binging, binge watching to see what the television can steal that TV can steal a lot of time from your life, right? Now, look, folks, there are times where, look, you want to binge watch, right? There are times where you just want to sit and watch TV. That's what I did Saturday after I did a webinar. I did a master class on Saturday morning. And then I attended a conference where I was a presenter. And then that Saturday afternoon, I just chilled out, I relaxed, and I just watched TV. Sunday afternoon, that's what I did, just chilled out, watched TV. Now, that's okay. But during the money hours, doing it Monday to Thursday for me, you never let anything interfere with the money hours. Never let anything interfere with the money hours. Number 10, preventable illness. Now let's go into this. See, it's hard to do things we enjoy when we're sick or we're hurt, right? You got to take care of yourself, and you got to avoid those things that increase the likelihood of you getting sick, right? Eating poorly or not getting enough rest. Right? The eating poorly, I'm not going to trip over that one too much, because I believe that you have to you live once, and you know, sometimes you're going to have some things that maybe you that's not all that great for you, but you're going to have those. You just can't do that on a regular basis, right? Now, but you got to make sure you get enough rest. That's important. Make sure your body is getting enough rest so you can be efficient and effective, right? Number 11, insufficient sleep. See, insufficient sleep doesn't just make you more likely to come down with an illness. It's also negatively impact your mood and your ability to focus. Think about how well can you focus when you're at work if you're sleepy. If you're tired, you're going to be irritable. Nobody's going to want to be around you. All of those type things. I'm not going to dwell on that. You understand that, right? Number 12, the internet. This is the endless source of information, and unfortunately can be a distraction, right? It can be extremely helpful and beneficial to you. So I'm not saying don't get on the internet, okay? I'm not saying that at all. You just have to make sure that you know when it's becoming a distraction for you versus a benefit for you, okay? Let's wrap up here. See, it can be useful to track the time that you spend. I know Apple has an app now on their phone, a mechanism on the phone now that tracks how much time you spend online on unproductive activities and things like this. You can track those things, right? So you can pay attention to it, right? Number 13 is worry. It's common to worry, but it doesn't make it helpful. Not going to spend a lot of time on this one either. Just want to make sure you don't spend too much time worrying about things. Go and be productive and get things done. See, if you can do something to resolve the situation, why worry about it? And why worry about things you can't control? Most people waste a lot of time worrying about stuff that they have no control over. Don't do that. Spend your time working on things that's going to make your business productive and lucrative. If there's nothing you can do, what's the point in worrying? If there's nothing you can do about it, what's the point in worrying? Worrying robs you of joy. Worrying robs you of focus. Worrying robs you of energy, and worrying robs you of time. So don't spend a lot of time worrying and killing your joy and your focus and your energy and wasting your time. Time is a valuable resource. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can't get it back. Spend your time wisely. The people that spend their time the most wise are going to be the ones that's going to be the most effective. They're going to be the ones who are the most successful. Time is a valuable resource. So protect it, folks. Protect it, protect it, protect it. That's really what I want to tell you and leave you with today. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen now, and I want to come back here, and I want to say thank you guys for tuning in tonight. You know, we're going to have guests again starting next week, next Monday night on Talk Leadership with Cedrick. I'm excited that we're going to start bringing guests back on the show. I'm excited that we tuned in tonight, and I want to make sure that you know someone that needs this, right? They've been wasting time in their business and in their life. I want you to make sure that you share this with somebody. Just click the share button and share it with them. Tag them on it, okay? So that way you know that they get it. You're going to be helping them. I guarantee you, you're going to be helping them if you just share this with them. Thank you guys very much. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at we'll have a show at 5:30 Central Time. Talk Leadership with Cedrick. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna be bringing the pain for you tomorrow night. It's gonna be a power pack, probably about 30 minutes, and I'm gonna bring it to you hard and heavy. You know, like I normally do. Tomorrow night, I'm gonna have my towel because I'm gonna be sweating. I have something planned for you tomorrow. That's going to be, it's going to get you fired up. It's going to get you pumped up. It's going to get you ready to go. So make sure you tune in to Talk to Leadership with Cedrick on Tuesday night at 5:30 Central Time so I can get you pumped up and ready to go. And then I'm going to jump on over on our Empower Living platform, and we're going to have a guest on tomorrow night on the Black Entrepreneurs Institute. It starts at 6:30 Central Time. Make sure you're in your seat. Make sure you're there. You don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. This lady is a powerhouse. She's going to be bringing it to you tomorrow. She's going to tell you how you can have your own TV show. We're going to help you with understanding how you can have your own TV show, and she's going to be bringing some great information to you tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in. As I tell you all the time, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And make sure, folks, you're not on the menu. So I want to thank you. You have a good rest of your evening. Thank you. Good night.